Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
It's time for Angels Spring Training Baseball. Tonight from Tempe Diablo Stadium, the Angels get ready to face an AL West division foe, the Seattle Mariners. Monday Night Baseball here tonight as the Angels get set to take on Seattle. Terry Smith and Jose Mota with you here for the start of today's ball game. Well, Jose, this time of year in spring training in the Cactus League, there's a lot of competition going on, and the Angels are no different than any other team.
You're absolutely right, Terry, because Mike Scioscia knows in baseball you got to count up to the last out. So in spring training, to the very last preseason game to see how your roster is going to be structured. So is it better for a manager to know that it's all set and you have those roles defined, or perhaps competition's good all the way to the end? Here's what Mike Scioscia told me before in other camp news here this afternoon.
I don't know if you ever have a Camp Jose where things are totally settled and, you know, everything is, just tightened up and you don't even, you have really no decisions. Always decisions to be made. Sometimes it's guys going to be on your roster. Sometimes it's playing time for guys that are on your 25-man roster. So there's a lot that comes down to this last week of spring.
When it comes out to the composition of the bullpen and the bench, what are the things you're looking at here going through the Freeway Series that might make that decision for you?
Well, we've got guys that we're looking at for a couple different roster configurations, but for the most part, it looks like we're just looking at a three-man bench and occasionally having Ohtani on the bench when he's not pitching. But there's a lot, I think, that we're going to look at this last week and have the strongest roster we can.
And camp news catching up on Andrew Heaney. What can you tell us about him and his setback, and also on Skaggs today?
Yeah, Tyler Skaggs was fantastic. 6 innings, threw 88 pitches. Stuff looked really good. And Andrew Heaney is after the evaluation, looks like it's just a bump in the road. And we'll see when he's going to get back out there on the mound, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too long.
All right, Jose, let's pick up on what Mike Scioscia was talking about, the Angels' bench spots. Who's in the mix for roles that are very important during the course of a long season?
Well, you have a youngster who's been so impressive still in camp. That is one, David Fletcher, who can back up at every infield position but first base. And then you have names of guys fighting for perhaps that one spot in the outfield. We know Chris Young is healthy, so Eric Young Jr. is fighting for that one more spot. We've seen Chris Carter swing the bat very well. Coward as a backup, Juan Guerrero, Carlos Perez, and also it's going to play into who's got options and who doesn't. And one of those guys sitting very nice right now with a good spring, Jeffrey Marta. He is out of options. He can back you up at first base. He can back you up at third base, and in a pinch, even in the outfield. So he's making a nice case for himself here in spring, driving the ball very well, and his glove improved a whole lot too. Now, for the infield, this guy has been so exciting. He is Cypress High School pride. That is one David Fletcher. He still leads the team in hits. He puts the ball in play. He has sent a couple of guys ahead of him to minor league camp and presents the Angels with very good options and backing up and other things that he brings as tools out of the bench, Terry.
All right, let's go from the bench to the bullpen, where there are a lot of moving pieces right now for the Angels.
Well, Mike Scioscia knows the importance of having guys that can get you more than 3 outs. So, a guy like Noah Ramirez, no options left. He's done a very fine job. You got the veteran leadership and guys like the Wood fighting to get in there. But John Lamb, Felix Pena. Now, Tropiano yesterday, very important. We got to get into that just a little bit, but also consider Luke Bard is Rule 5. The way he's been throwing the ball as of late, is he one guy that you want to keep somehow in the organization? Well, time will tell, and also hopefully health will tell what happens here at the very end.
Well, you mentioned Nick Tropiano, and boy, oh boy, he had the strikeout pitch working yesterday.
He was outstanding, and consider what happens today with the setback elbow inflammation for Andrew Heaney. Well, Nick Tropiano put himself in a very good spot to break camp with this rotation perhaps, or the staff out of the bullpen as a long man.
Well, the Angels and the Mariners will square off for the final time this spring. They will meet each other early in May for the very first time in the regular season in Seattle. We'll have the starting lineups and the start of tonight's game. It's next on Fox Sports West.
get together. So glad you can join us here too. It's going to be a wonderful evening for baseball here in the Cactus League. Jose Mota, Terry Smith with you as the Mariners come into town, and they're more than accustomed to playing a lot of night games here in preseason. They are coming in today with an 11-13 record, one tie, and the Angels 10-15 so far here in Cactus League play. For the Angels, starting lineups are brought to you by In-N-Out Burger. That's what a hamburger is all about. And let's go to the visitors as D. Gordon leads off for Seattle in center field. He's got 3 home runs. He's batting first. Guillermo Heredia is batting second in left field. Mitch Haniger is batting third. Haniger, finally healthy, is in right field. Daniel Vogelbach, he has been quite the story here in preseason, and he is batting fourth for the Mariners. 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, 854 slugging for the big man playing first base. Taylor Motter's had a nice run here as of late. Motter, utility guy, is playing third base, batting fifth. Mike Ford is batting sixth for the Mariners, designated hitter. Mike Murjama, he is in the race to be the backup to Mike Zunino. Murjama is a catcher, batting seventh. Gordon Beckham having a solid spring. 4 doubles, 457 on-base percentage. Former Angel and former White Sox is at second base, batting eighth. And Zach Vinci is a shortstop for the Mariners in batting ninth. On the mound for Seattle, Christian Berkman, Southern California product out of St. Francis High School in La Cañada. For Mike Scioscia's Angels, all set to go here tonight with his regulars. Ian Kinsler is batting first at second base. Mike Trout is batting second. He is playing center field. Justin Upton, who has been driving the ball very well, batting third in left field. Albert Pujols, designated hitter. 7 at-bats yesterday in the minor leagues. 4 for 7 for Albert, getting his timing down. Hit a home run. Albert DH here tonight. Cole Calhoun Rojo is in right field, batting fifth. Zach Colzart is at third base, batting sixth. Luis Valbuena is playing first base, batting seventh. Anderson Simmons Simba is at shortstop, batting eighth. And Martin Machete Maldonado for the Angels is batting ninth. He is the catcher. Osmer Morales on the mound. He is set to go here, hoping to perhaps follow up on some of the things that Nick Tropiano did so well yesterday. He was absolutely brilliant, and for Morales, Terry, a chance to perhaps make sure the Angels know he's still around, that he can go out there and improve, even though his ERA right now is over 7.
Yeah, and he's going to face the organization he started his professional career with, the Seattle Mariners. And Morales was property of their organization for 7 years before eventually signing with the Angels. He pitched last year at Double-A Mobile and Triple-A Salt Lake, went 6-5 in 25 starts and had a 4.19 ERA. This spring he's appeared in 4 games in relief for the Angels, a total of 7 1/3 innings. He has allowed 10 hits and 6 earned runs. So we are getting closer to the start of tonight's ball game. The umpires tonight, Pat Hoberg will be calling balls and strikes, and on the bases we'll have Doug Eddings, Jim Wolf, and Ryan Addington. The Angels have on the red tops and the white pants, and the Mariners have on the teal green tops and the gray pants. Dimensions here at Tempe Diablo: 340 down the left field side, 420 to dead center, 360 down in the right field corner, and the power alleys go 400 feet. And as we get started, kind of a tough sun field right now in center and in right. In fact, you see Cole Calhoun kind of shading his eyes with his glove out there as we speak. Moments away, and before we get started, looks like a ball got loose out on the warning track in center field, so Mike Trout will toss it to a fan behind the wall out there in left center. So just about ready to get underway. Angels after this ball game with only 4 more games remaining here in Arizona this spring. Here's the first pitch tonight, and that one is a little bit outside. We're underway, and the count's 1 ball, no strikes on D. Gordon. Gordon, a left-handed batter, 29 years old, his first year with Seattle, and the next pitch that's cut on, fouled off on the left side, backing out of play. Our game time temperature tonight, it is a pleasant 72 degrees, and the first pitch was at 6:11. And here's the next delivery, off speed, a check swing, and that one is tapped foul over on the third base side. So it's 1-2 on D. Gordon. Heredia and Haniger will follow. Just underway from Tempe Diablo Stadium. Angels coming away with a victory and surprise yesterday, and the pitch, this one is hit on a hop fielded in front of the second base bag nicely by Simmons. Had to hurry the throw with the speed of Gordon and nips him for the game's first out.
There's a prime example how, as a middle infielder, you know who's hitting, you see the big hop, and you are on the attack. Just go out there and attack that baseball, and it's your only chance to get an out. Well done there by the best at shortstop.
So the batter now is Guillermo Heredia. And he is hitting just over 200 this spring. Takes the first pitch. That one is in there for a called strike. Right-handed batter. Next delivery, that's off speed. It misses. So the count even 1-1. Morales is not a guy who throws that hard. His fastball top out around 89, 90 miles per hour. He throws a lot of off-speed pitches. There's another one, and it's hop back foul behind the Angels on deck circle. A few rows back to the seats out of play.
He's a big guy from Venezuela. He is healthy. He has learned a whole lot. He says JC Ramirez has been a big influence with him here in camp. And even without throwing that hard overall, average fastball in the high 80s, he does have piled up a lot of strikeouts, well over innings pitched in the minor leagues.
Here's the next delivery, and that's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got to look there at that split finger, that changeup from Morales. In success, he can run the fastball up and in, even at 88, 89, and then spread out the plate as he's trying to do here.
Next delivery, that's a little low and away. So a full count, 3-2. Haniger waiting on deck for Seattle, just underway with no score in the next pitch, and this one here is hit on a high hop near the mound, stopped there by Morales. He had to wait for it to come down, and he hurries the throw and nips Heredia, so that's the second out. A little comebacker back to the Angels pitcher, and now the Mariners right fielder Mitch Haniger will bat.
It's a busy front part of the plate there with his sinker doing a good job. 2 high hoppers, and on this one for the pitcher, always got to have so much patience and wait for that ball to get down. So many times see guys trying to make the throw without having that baseball. Well controlled there by Morales.
Haniger just 4 hits this spring. He's been sidelined for some of this month with a hand problem, some tendonitis. And he takes ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
He's only played in 7 games here in preseason. Fine player.
Next delivery, and that's a breaking ball that misses outside.
Former Diamondback, a key clog for them. In the Taiwan Walker trade, he was the one guy the D-backs perhaps did not want to part with.
Next delivery, it's in there for a strike. Haniger, like a lot of players we've been seeing here in the spring training, has that little flap that is protecting the left side of his face, right-handed batter. And he was a guy I'm sure knows firsthand what that's all about. He was hit by a pitch in the face last July. 2-2 the count. And an off-speed delivery that's chased and missed, and down on strikes goes Haniger. And a clean first inning for Morales. They never got the ball out of the infield against them. Half inning in the books, no score. We go to the bottom of the first on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. the first inning, no score. Angels and Mariners, and the first pitch from Christian Bergman. That one is taken, ball one. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Kinsler's hitting .290 this spring. And the next delivery, that's high and outside, it misses. 2-0 the count. Bergman with Southern California ties. Pitched collegiately at UC Irvine. He's not an overpowering right-hander, similar in a way to Morales, who's going for the Angels. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and that one is fouled off on the right side, backing out of play.
Got many friends, family members watching this ball game. Very proud of him. Out of La Cañada in St. Francis High School. Former high school shortstop and third baseman. Good athlete.
Originally a Colorado Rockies draft pick. That was back in the 2010 draft, 24th round selection that year. There's one chopped foul over on the left side, and the count level 2-2 here on the Angels leadoff man, Ian Kinsler.
If Bergman's on his game, that's what you should see a lot of. Just like Morales. Ground balls, left side of the infield busy.
Bergman started 8 games, relieved in 5 for Seattle last year, and the next pitch, that's fouled back behind the plate. He did have trouble with the home run ball last year. He gave up 12 home runs in 54 innings.
Terry, just saw one of those swings that we saw a lot of in our last night game here. We're just talking about it. A fastball inside, so hard to see to begin the game. Saw that check swing there by Kinsler.
Here's the 2-2. This is lined right at the shortstop, and Vincey makes the catch. Didn't have to move at all, hit right at him. That's the first out in the Angels' first inning, and here's Mike Trout.
Ian Kinsler puts together solid at-bats. That happened from game 1. He just brings his game immediately.
Trout comes in hitting .258 here in the Cactus League. Angels have 4 more games left here in Arizona. 2 of them are against the D-backs, and one of those 2 tomorrow. And then the Angels' final game here in the Cactus League on Saturday will be against the D-backs. The ball's 1 strike to count. Trout backs out of the box. Normally the final Cactus League game, you don't see very many of the regulars here to even play in it.
Remember that game used to start at noon?
Yep. There's one. It's lined by Trout into left center field, and he is on with a 1-out single. So Mike is aboard. Justin Upton will be the next batter. Angels' first hit tonight.
Mike Trout all about being on time. Mike Socha talked about that today with Shohei Ohtani and the things he's fighting through, especially in that leg kick and being caught in between. Mike Trout, even if full, when he is on time, those hands are going to stay back, drag him through the zone much better, and have better reach and balance.
First pitch, and that's in there. A strike on Justin Upton.
We have Ohtani news today, right? 9 at-bats.
Yeah, he was facing Skaggs and Jim Johnson today. There's a pitch that's a little bit low on Upton. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He walked a couple of times. Mike Socha said there was progress today in his approach. Next time on the mound will be Saturday for Ohtani. Has not been decided where.
And I guess we're going to see him DH tomorrow for the Angels.
And that will be here in the Cactus League. But as of Saturday for his start, not decided where he will pitch, either the big game or in the minor leagues, where they want to get him to 90 pitches at least.
Well, and 2 strikes to count. Trout over there at first base. He's had 1 stolen base this spring. Not going, and the next delivery, it's fouled off to our right, back out of play. Nice crowd tonight for Monday Night Baseball here in Tempe. Albert Pujols waiting on deck for the Angels. Lights are on. Here's Here's the next pitch, and that one is a little bit low. The Angels are going to have another night game this week, and that'll be on Thursday. The Angels are off on Wednesday, and Thursday the Angels will take on the Dodgers under the lights here in Arizona. Here's the pitch. Trout's on the move. That one is hit well into right center field. That ball's carrying out by the wall, and that ball is going to bang off the wall. Trout is being waved home. The throw is going to be late. He scores all the way from first base, and it's second with an RBI double is Upton. It's 1-0 Angels.
Base running 101. That was just perfectly done there by Mike Trout. He was on the move trying to steal a base. Looks in, here's a crack, and then he stops around second base just to find out what the outfielder is doing. The minute that outfielder turns his back, he knows there's no need for Dino Evil to do anything else but wave him home. Great job there by the best player in the game, showing how it's done on the bases.
So here's Albert Pujols, who's DHing, batting cleanup. Albert's hitting .212 this spring. He has not homered this spring. He's driven in 6, and he takes the first pitch low and away.
And talk about how to get it done. Justin Upton again. Gap to gap, outstanding approach. With great backspin on that last swing.
Upton's had a good spring at RBI, his 11th here in the Cactus League. Here's the pitch, and there's a little shot into center. It's going to fall in for a hit. Upton's going to be waved home. Here comes the throw. He better hurry, and he is out. Boy, D. Gordon threw that one on the fly to his catcher, and they gunned down Upton. That's out number 2.
D has been playing a pretty spectacular center field in terms of tracking the ball down. There's no doubt with his speed. But boy, I love what he did here. He's got to go out there and take a chance, knowing that if the runners stop, there's no way Pujols is going to try to round up and go to second base. But he put it right on the money. And he has savored it every single second of that one.
So D. Gordon learning a new position, and looked real good on that one right there.
Even more impressive, it was not like he was playing shallow with anything like that against Pujols. He was playing pretty much respecting Pujols' power.
So here's Cole Calhoun with Albert at first base, and a little tapper foul over by the first base coaching box. Counts 0-2.
Good to see Albert now at first base, also using the big part of the field. Went down, got 7 at bats yesterday in the minor league game, 4 for 7 with a home run. Today comes back, getting away from the pull happy swing that we saw for the first 3 weeks or so here in camp. Goes right through the box.
Here's the next delivery, and that one is chased and missed, and down on strikes goes Cole Calhoun. That's how the inning will end. The Angels get a run and had 3 hits in the inning, leave 1 runner on base. The second is next. 1-0 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. as he set to work here in the second, and the first batter he faces is Daniel Vogelback, and the first pitch he takes it for ball one. Left-handed batter who's had a real good spring for Seattle, and the next pitch, it's taken, it's in there for a strike.
So in Ryan Healy's absence, Ryan Vogelback took over. He is their biggest threat they've had here in camp.
There's a pitch that's inside. You just kind of wonder where he factors in, though, with Healy back, because he's really a one-position guy. He could DH, but they also have Nelson Cruz on this club. And there's a pitch that is low. But if he doesn't make their club coming out of spring training, he certainly has put himself back on the radar screen.
Oh, most definitely. He's had some big numbers in the minor leagues, and he is really controlling counts in the strike zone here in camp.
3-1. He fouls that one back behind the plate.
And a team that already is banged up. Good news for them. Felix Hernandez making a minor league start today. Ichiro got to play in that game, and Felix pronounced himself healthy and ready to go.
There's a pitch that's chased and missed, and down on strikes goes Vogelback. Struck him out. So 4 in a row, retired by Morales with a pair of strikeouts back to back, going back to last inning. And this copyrighted broadcast, presented by authority of Angels Baseball, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball. First delivery here on Taylor Motter, and he takes that one for strike one. He's hitting over 300 this spring. They've gotten him into a lot of action to take a good solid look at him this spring. This is his 50th at bat this spring.
It's one of those guys, Terry. Get ready. There's always one or two playing multiple positions. He's fully taken advantage of it.
Just missed the last pitch. It counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. He was a reserve bench player for them. Can play the outfield, can play the infield. Played in 92 games last year, but hit just under 200. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. He's at third base for them tonight. Morales set. Here's the next pitch, and that's low and outside. Full count. Mike Ford is waiting on deck. Here's the payoff, and he tried to pick at the outside corner, and that one misses. So it's ball 4. 1 out walk. First Seattle base runner of the ball game, and Ford, a left-handed hitter, will be stepping up. Rule 5 draftee, who they took in the December draft from the Yankees. Ford has had a good long look this spring. He hasn't hit much, though, this spring, hitting 196. 20 home runs last year, playing in Double A and Triple A in the Yankee system. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch from Morales, and that's in the side. It misses for a ball. Outfield is shading the left-handed hitting Ford a little bit the opposite way. Mike Margema is waiting on deck. Toss over to first, a little bit low. The throw handled by Valbuena, and diving back to the bag safely is Motter. He can run a little bit. He had 12 stolen bases last year.
I'm glad Valbuena didn't pull his hair. That's a lot of hair out there. Huh? Get tangled up.
I don't think he's been tightened up for a few months, that's for sure. Maybe a few years. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Here's the pitch, and that is low. Snap throw by the Angels catcher Maldonado, and Mater just got back on that throw to first base.
Valbuena thinking perhaps they had him. Perhaps one that would have been at least requested to be looked at closely in the review and replay department for the Angels this season, supervised by one Andrew Bailey.
That's right. New special assistant to Angels GM Billy Epler. Here's the pitch, and that's in there for a called strike. Ford watched that one. The lead call by Pat Hoberg, the home plate umpire. 2-1 is the count.
Funny, a year ago exactly, we were talking about Andrew Bailey and where he fit in the Angels back into the bullpen after a terrific showing the year before.
Right, and he was closing.
He did very well.
2016.
Yes. Quickly signed to a 1-year deal.
There goes Mater. The pitch is missed. Throw down to second and out. Simmons on the receiving end of that throw, and gunned down is Mater by Maldonado. It's the second out.
One Gold Glover to the other, and one Gold Glover picking up the other as a poor throw from Maldonado is scooped by those soft hands of Anderson Simmons. Not the easiest of hops, especially when it's going into the runner. But no distraction whatsoever there for Simba as he applies the tag very quickly.
Here's the next delivery on the 2-2, and that one misses, so it's a full count. 3-2 on Mike Ford.
Terry, I keep saying it's not that easy, Simba. Makes it look so easy, so casual. Goes about his business quietly, just doing his job.
Here's the next delivery, and that's a breaking pitch, cut on and miss, struck him out, and the inning is over. So 3 strikeouts already in just 2 innings for Osmer Morales. The bottom of the second is next. It's 1-0 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. The Angels and the Mariners as we start the bottom of the second inning, and the first pitch on Zach Cozart. He was taking it in there for a called strike. Cozart, Valbuena, and Simmons the batters, and here's the next one from Bergman. That's low and away. 1-1. Cozart this spring is hitting just over 300, 303 the batting average. He's had a homer, driven in 4.
122 games last year for the Reds, 24 home runs. plays superb shortstop, all-star.
Next pitch, that's chased and missed. So it's a 2-2 count on the Angels' third baseman. Mentioned earlier, Bergman did start 8 games last year for Seattle, and they went through some pitchers last season. They used 40 different pitchers last year.
Approached almost 20 starters.
Yeah, 17 different starting pitchers worked for them a year ago. 3-2 the count after the pitch was fouled back on the right side out of play.
Career for Bergman, 11-14, 68 games, 23 starts.
And the next pitch, that's fouled off over by the Mariners on deck circle.
As Terry mentioned, the issue with the home runs last year truly affected him. Way too many. 12 home runs, 54 innings. 8 starts total, 3 were quality starts for the righty.
And on the 3-2, that one is taken. It misses, ball 4. So Cozart is on leadoff walk. Angels have a base runner for Luis Valbuena.
Cozart last year career high 62 walks.
Valbuena's had a couple of home runs this spring, 237 batting average.
By the way, congratulations, Luis Valbuena passed this test, his citizenship test. Spent a lot of time, he says, studying in the mornings in the clubhouse.
Good to hear that. There's a pitch that is in there for a called strike.
In recent springs, also saw former Angel Yunel Escobar travel to Florida to go through the process, become a citizen, which he did. And this year was Luis Valbuena. Congratulations.
1 ball, 1 strike. Mentioned Escobar. I haven't heard where he's caught on with anyone.
Nobody.
Yeah, how about that?
Stays very busy on social media, though. Style master, Yunel.
Yeah, we would see some of his outfits when we would be on road trips. You never knew what he was going to do with his attire, and he would always seem to outdo himself.
He could match him.
Here's the next delivery. That's fouled off to our left, backing out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Valbuena was talking about the all the studying that he was doing in the mornings before the meetings in the clubhouse, and he said, Terry, more than one time a player will come and go, hey, who is the 20th president of the U.S.? You got to name it right away. He goes, I always choked up. I locked up. I couldn't tell him. He goes, it was very nervous going through the process.
Well, there are a lot of people that couldn't answer that question that live in the United States.
Yeah, they got a hold of his study guide and started testing him. So he said that pressure is off.
Here's a pitch, it's high. And so it's a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Valbuena could play himself into a larger role, depending on how it all goes with Shohei Ohtani to begin the season on the offensive side. And he provides backup work at first and at third.
Pitch is missed for the strikeout. Runner goes, and the throw is going to be in time to get Cozart. So that's a strike him out, throw him out double play right there, as Marjima fired a strike to second to get the out on Cozart as well.
Mark Marjima fighting for that one spot with Tuffy Gozowicz behind Mike Zunino. Fires a strike and right into the high cleats as he slid. There's Zach Cozart.
So here's Andrelton Simmons ready to bat. Of course, Simmons has missed some time this spring, but back healthy now. He's had only 3 hits this spring. And the first one missed for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. What a year he had last season. Set career highs in most offensive categories.
Terry, he was a .320 hitter with runners in scoring position. Unbelievable how many times Mike Scioscia depended on Anderton to carry some of the load offensively, and he did. .320. clutch.
And there's when he lines a low liner foul over on the third base side. 2-1.
More times than not, you look up at that lineup and there's Simmons batting 5th.
And of course, an absolute game changer on defense. 3-time Gold Glove winner and won the award last year with the Angels. Here's the next pitch. And that's a liner that's going to drop into left field for a base hit. So Simmons has a 2-out single. Maldonado will be the next batter for the Angels. That's hit number 4 already for the Angels.
Balls up in the zone. He was one of the best in baseball, getting on top of a baseball and getting some hits. And for Simba, also righties. It's not a whole lot he missed against righties. He punished him to a 290 average and high on base percentage.
Here's the pitch, and that's taken for a called strike. Martin Maldonado, the batter this spring, hitting .242. He's had a couple of home runs this spring. Next delivery, it's fouled off on the right side, backing out of play.
It was a rough spring for him last year. We were talking about this a couple days ago. 50 at bats last year in the spring. 20 strikeouts, hit 120. And then had pretty much his best offensive season. He's a first-time full-time player. Terrific behind the plate, no doubt. He's a Gold Glover now too.
On the 2-strike delivery, he chases that one and misses it. Struck him out on an off-speed delivery, and that's how the inning will end. So the third strikeout of the night for Bergman. We've completed 2, and the third is coming up, and it's 1-0 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. We move to the third inning. It's 1-0 Angels. Angels are run on 4 hits. The Mariners no runs, no hits. Osmer Morales, Angel farmhand, working against the team that originally signed him, and he was in the Seattle organization for some 7 seasons. He's 25 years old now. And the first delivery, and that one is ball to count, 1 ball, no strikes.
Osmer Morales has been around 8 professional seasons and still looking for that taste of big league baseball. And the Angels continue to put a good look on him, keep him stretched out, keep challenging him like pitching tonight. But a guy that spent 4 years before he even left Venezuela out of the summer league.
There's one that's chopped through the left side, and Mike Margima is on with their first hit of the night, leadoff single. He's had a good spring, hitting right around 300 now for Seattle this spring. Fans, don't forget to join the Angels for Saturday night post-game fireworks shows presented by Wells Fargo. Visit angels.com/promotions for details. Here is Beckham at the plate. And here's the pitch. It's a little bit low on Gordon Beckham.
So Terry, think about that. For Morales, he signed in Latin America, and it takes you 4 years to even smell U.S. air. I mean, think about that. Of course, he suffered some injuries, and the first time he took them out professionally back in 2010, the Mariners Venezuelan Summer League only threw in 2 games. Second year in 2011, 2 games, then 10 games. But boy, at one point he was very close to just being told there's no visa for you, my friend. Sorry. Persevered, got better, and he's knocking on the door.
There's a pitch a little bit outside, and the kicker to the 4 years trying to get out of his country, pitching in the summer leagues in Venezuela. He never had an ERA even as high as 2.10.
Crazy.
So it wasn't like he was struggling there, but
big issue was health because of the limited time, in the first 2 seasons.
Right. Last year was his first year in the Angels organization, and he began it in Double-A and spent time in Triple-A as well, and the numbers were good for him last year.
He's got a good splitter here tonight.
2-0 delivery. That's lifted high, and it's hit well down the left field side, but that is a foul ball. That had home run distance, but foul. So it's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Gordon Beckham getting a longer look because Robinson Cano has been out. I mean, the Mariners are truly just depleted roster-wise and on the verge of just waiting for some guys to get back on the field. Nelson Cruz, a grade 1 right quad strain. Robinson Cano, a grade 1 strain on his left hamstring. Ichiro played minor league game today. He's had a calf issue.
There's a pitch that bounces in. It got away from Maldonado, and hustling up to second base will be Margima. So they have the potential tying runner there. Wild pitch, moving the runner up.
We're talking about Felix Hernandez, who took a line drive to his arm. First time out in the Cactus League. He got on the mound today and threw very well, also in a minor league game. Gene Segura has walked off the field even though he's healthy. Mitch Haniger playing in only his 8th game, so Heredia has been limited. So a ton of guys that just have not been able to have full spring trainings.
Here's one that's popped up foul over on the first base side, but Valbuena's going to run out of room. It's a few rows back to the seats out of play.
Interior team that has been changing things around with even how players condition or train.
Yeah, one of the reasons Seattle playing a lot of night games. Of course, this is an Angels home game. They were forced to play this one, but they've scheduled a lot of night games in Peoria at their Peoria Stadium, and 12 of them this spring for Seattle.
Played right into their plans here tonight, the way they want it.
3-2 delivery, and that's outside. So that is the second walk given up by Morales, and now they have a pair on with nobody out. And Zach Vinci, who spent a little bit of time last year with the Cincinnati Reds, will be the next batter.
Hey, looking for a new or used RV? Well, swing into savings with the winning team at Giant RV. See their all-star selection of famous name RVs and save thousands now. Giant RV in Montclair, Murrieta, and Colton.
Vinci hitting .231 this spring for Seattle. Hit .270 last year in the minors, and in just 9 games with the Reds last year, he went 1 for 9. He hit .111.
So here we go. They're not wasting any time. They showed bunt early, so Mike Scioscia has everybody looking inside that dugout to see if they're going to go out there and implement a bunt defense and work on it. You don't see guys show up bunt this early as he did there in their first attempt.
Here's the pitch, and there is the bunt on the third base side. It's going to roll foul. Foul ball. So the count, no balls, 1 strike.
It was Valbuena having a conversation with somebody over in the Seattle bench. As smartly that ball rolls out, and it's left out by the third baseman Beckham. Also the hustle by the pitcher, just in case that ball came back. And the hustle by the runner at second base. Marjama making his way to home plate, also in case that ball rolled back in. You just don't see a whole lot of guys square up like this, Terry, here in the spring.
Yep, we haven't seen much sacrificing at all. He's around again, and here comes the next pitch, and that one misses for a ball. The count's even. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Valbuena is charging. I'm talking as hard as he can charge at first base, and they have Cozart reading the bunt. And Valbuena, just in cases on that side, he would have the plate right in front of him.
One and 1 is the count. Vinci again squaring around, and here's the next delivery, and he fouls that one off. So he has not been able to drop one down. I was checking, the Angels have had 1 sacrifice bunt all spring, but that's not all that hard to believe. You just don't see it much. Yeah.
For Zach Cozart, something obviously new and good for him to be working, at least be in the mentality of what could happen here. With a guy showing bunt early, with a possibility of pulling back, and also making the decision of rolling that, letting that ball roll foul. All new and quick decisions that need to be made at third base. Something he did not have to deal with, obviously, at shortstop.
Here's the next delivery, and with 2 strikes on Vinci, no bunting now, and he ended up taking that pitch, and that one missed. 2-2. This Seattle shortstop, he's playing short for them tonight. Went to Saugus High School and also Pepperdine. Played some college baseball there.
Waves were active. Pepperdine, beautiful campus, good team.
2-2, waved at and missed. Off speed, got him. Well, Morales has had that splitter working tonight, and he has already picked up 4 strikeouts. The first time through the batting order. 4 strikeouts against the first 9 he's faced.
Again, you can see strikeout pitcher throughout his minor league career. Overall, Morales 493 strikeouts and 455 in the 3rd innings in the minors.
So that's the first out with runners on at first and second, and here is D. Gordon, who grounded out to short his first time up.
D is looking to drive something here.
And the first pitch, he takes that one high.
He was ready to jump on something. He's driven the ball very well here in spring. 3 home runs for D. Gordon.
D. Gordon is very slender. They list him at 5'11", 170 pounds. I don't even know if he is 170. He can really run, D. Gordon, and the pitch taken, and that one is in there for a called strike.
Miami to Seattle. He could not have gone any further, Terry. One extreme to the other in the big league map. And then second base or center field.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is a little bit low. 2-1 to count.
Guys like D. Gordon have been exposed to the game for a long time. Got a chance to play with his dad briefly back in 1995. Tom Flash Gordon. He had a nasty hook.
Here's the 2-1, and that one is lifted in the air into right field, but they're waiting, making the grab. Medium right is Cole Calhoun. It's hit deep enough that the lead runner, Marjama, their catcher, can tag, and he will move to third. So that's out number 2. They have him at the corners, and Heredia will be the next batter.
That's the kind of hitter he's become. Slapped the ball first time up, saw the move with coming out of the hand and the ball dipping In the zone from Morales, this time has a drive the baseball mentality. Excellent contact there right into Cole Calhoun's hands.
It was interesting you were just mentioning when Gordon was batting that D. Gordon couldn't have gone any further distance-wise going from the Marlins to Seattle. That would be the longest.
That's a lot of miles.
Yeah, as far as Major League Baseball is concerned. And someone had pointed something out to me the other day. We were talking about Shohei Ohtani. Get to it after the pitch, and that one is on the outside corner. It's a called strike, and the point was that it'll be interesting to see how Ohtani adjusts to the travel in the U.S. because the furthest point in Japan from the two cities that were the furthest away from each other is just 900 miles. So the travel is a lot easier in Japan as well.
It's cake.
Yep. This one is lifted in the air, foul down the right side, backing out of play. And we know, well, we know, just like the players know firsthand, what the travel is like for teams, especially in the AL West.
Well, and the Seattle Mariners do have the toughest travel schedule miles-wise because of where they're located. But yes, a lot of off days or travel days for teams out west.
No balls, 2 strikes. Angels up 1-0 here in the third with 2 on, 2 outs. The pitch is low, smothered there by Maldonado. 1 ball, 2 strikes when the Angels bat in the bottom of the inning. Top of the order, Kinsler, Trout, and Upton against Bergman.
Martin, that's what he does with young pitchers, with veteran pitchers. Just find that bottom part of the zone and just sink it. Throw it down there. I'll take care of business for you.
Here's the pitch, and this is a little nubber, softly hit on the right side. Charging is Kinsler. He'll hurry the throw, and he gets Heredia, and the inning is over. So they threaten but fail to score. They put their first 2 batters on base in the inning, but the inning ends on the 4-3 ground out, and we are headed to the bottom of the third. It's still 1-0 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. To lead things off, Angels top of the batting order, Kinsler, Trout, and Upton. And here's the first pitch on the Angels second baseman. It's a breaking ball that misses. 1 ball, no strikes.
He continues to give you good at bats. Lined out to the shortstop first time up. Uses the big part of the field, pole side of the field, and just swings it.
Next pitch low and away, ball 2. We haven't seen any radar gun tonight. I don't know if either one of these pitchers has hit 90 miles per hour.
We are in the soft 80s today, Terry.
They both
like
are,
your DJ's days.
there you go.
Some soft 80s.
All the hits all the time. Yeah, don't get me started now.
Oh, I will. 'Cause I know you are a good listener.
Yeah, well, that is true. It's always good to be a good listener. No doubt about that.
Never a doubt with you, Terry.
Yep.
Those clear ears.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is fouled off on the left side, out of play.
Every word that comes out of my mouth clearly heard, broken down by one Terry Smith. I gotta enjoy this week with you, man, because after this is adios, man.
Yeah.
Langer's coming back.
Yep. Well, we'll still see Jose on the radio side. Here's one that's chopped over to the shortstop, and that is Vincey to throw out Kinsler. So that is out number 1, 6-3 on the ground out. Mike Trout will be the batter before he digs in. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. Here's the pitch on Mike Trout, and that's taken for a called strike. Terry Smith along with Jose Mota and our producer engineer on the Angels Baseball Radio Network, Jorge Sevilla. And here's the next pitch. Trout lifts one high and he hits it deep out into left center, but running it down on the rim of the track is the left fielder Guillermo Heredia.
Trout is going to be sorry this was not a day game. That would have been way out of here in a day game. And look at those flags. Absolutely nada. No help. Well struck. Guess he's got to get used to the marine layer here coming up very soon. Southern Cal.
That was a pitch that was almost in the dirt, and Trout went down and he got into it, but not quite deep enough to get it out. 2 gone, and at the plate now is Upton, and the first pitch in there for strike 1. Justin Upton is doubled in, the only run in this ball game. Then later on in that bottom of the first inning, he was thrown out trying to score on Albert's base hit. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, left field for so many years had been such a problem spot for the Angels, a black hole. And boy, you just feel so much better now with Upton in that position for the Angels.
There's no doubt. He wanted to be back. They found a way on the business side to get it done. 1 more year of extension. He gave up a little money, flexible for the Angels and payroll for this season, and there he is.
Very productive.
So you never take for granted somebody like GA,
right?
Who patrolled left field for so many years with high production.
Here's a pitch that's chased and missed. And so the count 3 balls and 2 strikes on Upton.
There has been, Terry, a long list since the departure of Garrett Anderson.
Here's the next delivery, and that one is hit right out there near second base and caught by the second baseman, Gordon Beckham. That's how the inning will end. Little pop to the middle part of the infield. That'll do it for the Angels here in the bottom of the 3rd. The 4th is right around the corner. 1-0 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Go to the top of the fourth, 1-0 Angels as Mitch Haniger faces off against Osmer Morales, the Angels starter. And the first pitch, it missed for a ball. It's 1-0. Haniger, Vogelback, and Motter. Middle part of their batting order here. Meat of the batting order and the pitch, and that one is taken for a strike. 1-1. Haniger struck out his first time up, and Morales has picked up 4 strikeouts so far. Here's his next pitch. And that's on the outside part of the plate, a called strike.
Morales so far 15 pitches in the first inning, 18 in the second inning, and 22 in the third. He has looked nice as he has shown up, throwing everything, mixing well, and there's another one.
Yep, chased one low and outside, struck him out, and that'll be it for him. That was pitch number 59 of the night for Morales, and Mike Socia is going to go to the bullpen. So a job well done by the Venezuelan Osmer Morales. A very good job for him tonight, and he has to feel good about it as he walks off the field.
Tropiano yesterday, Morales today. Gives the Angels a big lift here in the last couple days.
Yeah, a lot of strikeouts from the Angels starters. We have a break in the action, a pitching change. When we get back, we'll tell you who's coming in. Right now it's 1-0 Angels. We're in the fourth inning. Pitching change coming up on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. This will be his 9th appearance this spring. ERA is 3.68, and the first pitch, and Vogelback hits one high and deep out to right field, and that ball is gone. The very first pitch that Pena, the Angel reliever, throws leaves the ballpark, and for Vogelback, his 5th home run this spring, and just like that, it's a 1-1 ball game.
Gotta love when people like Ryan Vogelback are making decisions tough, and he is playing himself a role in that ball club somehow.
So here is Motter getting ready to bat.
Vogelback really has cut down on that swing. He got on top of a fastball that was pretty much, in fact, on top of him, up in the zone.
That home run, the first one Felix Pena has allowed this spring. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and he misses inside with that one. The numbers on Osmer Morales, 3 1/3 innings. He allowed just 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and a wild pitch. There's one foul back to the screen. We'll check out the out-of-town scoreboard for you in just a moment. It's powered by the new 2019 Jeep Cherokee. Embrace every new opportunity with a newly redesigned exterior and 31 highway MPG. Test drive one today. Here's the next pitch, and that's chased and missed. There are some other night games going on in the Cactus League. One of them is going on in Surprise, where the Rockies are leading the Rangers 5-0. That's in the bottom of the third. The other one going on in Goodyear, where the Cubs have a 2-0 lead against the Reds in the third inning. There's a pitch taken for a ball. It's 2-2. Earlier in the day, Indians beat the Giants 5-4. White Sox pounded out 20 hits and clobbered Arizona 15-2. Now it hit them 20-3. And there's a 2-strike delivery taken by Motter, and he is out looking. So that will be the second out in the inning. First one recorded by Felix Pena, and Mike Ford will be the next batter.
Are you saying the D-backs are a little upset coming into tomorrow here?
They might be.
15-2.
Yeah, that was a pretty good whooping right there.
Yeah, they got good news on Zach Greinke, who threw a bullpen session after the groin issue that got him off the mound last time out, and he says he feels really good. Gotta love Zach Greinke's honesty with the media. I mean, he is not holding back. He says, if I felt this good the rest of the year, it will be wonderful. Yeah, there's a lot of concern with the velocity of his being in the low mid-80s sometimes.
Here's the next one on Ford. He chases that and misses that pitch. The count 1-1 The Dodgers have a night game here in Arizona tonight, and they are just getting underway against the Oakland A's. Their game started an hour after our game, so they're in the top of the first inning with no score. And the pitch, this is lifted in the air into right center field. Cole Calhoun is chasing, so is Trout, but neither can make the catch as the ball drops in. And hustling into second base, and there with a 2-out double is Ford. That ball was in the air a long time, but Trout and Calhoun unable to run it down.
Ball from the guy throwing in the mid to upper 80s in Morales, and now the firm thrower in Pena 93-94. So the Mariners really just need a little bit more zip on some fastballs to get them better squared.
So Margema is the next batter in Florida today in the Grapefruit League. Red Sox beat the Phillies 6-5. Orioles beat the Tigers 4-2. Braves shut out the Blue Jays 6-0. Astros shut out the Mets 2-0 as the first pitch is chased and missed. Pirates all over Minnesota. The final was 11-8 in favor of Pittsburgh. And the other two games in Florida today. Miami beat Washington 9-1, and the Rays beat the Yankees 4-2. Here's the next pitch, and that's a bouncer through the right side for a base hit. Runner is heading into third. He's going to be waved home. Throw to the plate. Waiting with the tag is Maldonado, and gunned down trying to score from second is Ford. Strong throw by Cole Calhoun. Maldonado applies the tag, and that's how the inning comes to an end. They did get the run earlier in the inning on the homer by Vogelbach. We are headed now to the bottom of the fourth. Tied at 1 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Mariners 1-1 as we start the bottom of the fourth. Albert has his single so far tonight, 1 for 1, as he faces Bergman for the second time in this game. They do have the left side infield shift on, and the first pitch that's in there. No balls, 1 strike.
You notice they're not doing the Altuve Correa, playing in short center and left field here against Pujols.
Next pitch, and that one is low. The first baseman, who is Vogelback, he hit the home run in the top of the inning. He is, well, maybe about 40 feet off the bag over there at first base.
We did see Segura do it against Pujols the other day.
We did. Here's Albert fouling one off right over by the Mariners' third base dugout.
And it is because of that swing.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch, and that one is low. Well, we mentioned after tonight's game, the Angels have 4 more remaining here in Arizona, with an off day coming up on Wednesday.
I thought you were going to say after tonight's game, the Angels will traveling to like some other city or something. I'm so used to that line, you know.
Yeah. Angels on the move, and there's one that's fouled off on the third base side. So
I was actually told the Angels are not on the move today.
Nope.
Not to read it.
Nope.
So.
But we don't think we'll see the regulars play in the final Cactus League game, which will be this Saturday.
Come on. Why?
Well, but what I'm getting at is we'll probably see them play in the next 3 games.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah. So.
You know what I recall, Terry, and I loved it. I think we all loved that when that last game used to be at noon. Man, that was like first pitch, swing it. If you don't swing, it's going to be a strike. Out of here in like hour 45.
Yep.
See ya.
Yep. We get some long ones here in the Cactus League. Usually that was always the shortest one, or very close to it. That final game here in Arizona.
And that game usually provides some interesting lineup configurations from both teams.
It does. Albert battling here with a full count, 3-2. And the next pitch, another ball. He hits hard, pulls it foul on the third base side. So he's getting some swings in here, fouling off a lot of pitches against Bergman.
At some point, got to think he's got to try to open up that zone outside.
Again, the 3-2, and this one is hit on the first base side, and that's going to roll softly to right field. Will Albert go for 2? Nope. As hustling over is Haniger to retrieve that ball. But after all that, Albert ended up nubbing one, and all he can do is smile over there at first base. He gets his second hit of the night.
He can smile because it was a hit. Otherwise, not a good AB for him. But having a good time in 2 for 2, and in terms of results, getting them since yesterday, getting 7 at-bats in the minor leagues. And you can see that whole at-bat there, a little on the pull side, pull happy.
So here's Cole Calhoun. He went down swinging his first time up. And the pitch, he lifts one in the air into left field. Circling under is Heredia. Medium left, he'll make the grab. Albert holding, and that is the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-1 ball game. Zach Cozart will be the next batter. Cozart walked his first time up, and then was out trying to steal second, part of a strike him out, throw him out double play. A first pitch to him, that is right in there. Well, with these night games, a little different look for us here at Tempe Diablo Stadium, and we can see all the planes approaching Sky Harbor Airport, which isn't very far away from the stadium here. They're usually lined up one behind the other. There's a bouncer hit to third, flip to second, one relay to first. That's going to be a double play, and that will end the inning. Angels have seen the Mariners turn a couple of double plays here in the first 4 innings. So the 5th is next. It's a 1-1 game on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Gordon Beckham, the first batter up for Seattle as we start inning number 5. 1-1 the score. Beckham walked his first time up. Felix Pena still pitching for the Angels. He got the final 2 outs last inning. And the 1-0 missed. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Mariners tied it up with the 1-out solo homer from Vogelbach last inning. Angels run came in the first inning tonight, and the next pitch that's fouled off on the right side out of play.
Talk Mariners theory, talk drought. That playoff drought that's been invading them for a long time. Just those appearances not there for them. 2001, they won 116 games, 46 losses. Dream team pretty much for Lou Piniella and company.
In their franchise history, a couple things to bring up as far as postseason. They have never appeared in the World Series, and there's one that's bounced on the left side through into left field just out of the reach of Simmons, and Beckham has a leadoff hit. And the other thing, Jose, in the 41 years of Seattle Mariners baseball, they've been to the postseason 4 times in 41 years.
It's hard to believe because they have had some very good teams. With the faces, of course, one Edgar Martinez, who just came up short this year in the Hall of Fame voting, but we are very confident Edgar, well deserving,
Yep,
will make it to the Hall of Fame.
Mariners hitting coach a few seasons now. There's a pitch that's low. Their coaching staff undergoing some changes following last season. Their bench coach no longer with them. Tim Bogar, their first base coach, Casey Candell, was let go after the season. Their manager, Scott Service, is in his final year. And so is the general manager, Jerry DiPoto, in the final year of his contract here in 2018. Here's a fly ball lifted into right center. That one is going to be caught by Trout. And holding on over there at first base is Beckham as Vincey is retired. Fans, don't forget to get your red on. Experience Angels baseball with your group of 20 or more and get tickets for as low as $8 per seat. Just call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/groups for details.
Yeah, it's a big year for the M's and for baseball operations all the way down, and the many trades they have made. They have taken away also in those trades a lot of top talent in the minor leagues. Hoping to restock.
There's one that's fouled off. We were talking about the Mariners and not a lengthy history of postseason baseball. Seattle is the only city in Major League Baseball that has never hosted a World Series game.
Well, let's look at the Angels' history and how long that took.
Yep. Here's the 0-1, and that's low and outside.
And that's been so far the only Angels appearance in the World Series back in 2002. I know we talked about since earlier in the spring, but since Mike Scioscia has been in the Angels dugout, the Seattle Mariners have seen 10 managers go through their dugout.
Wow.
10.
Here's the pitch, and that one is outside on D. Gordon. It's a 2-1 count.
Here's a list, Terry. Lou Piniella, Bob Melvin, Mike Hargrove, John McLaren, Jim Riggleman, Don Wakamatsu, Darren Brown, Eric Wedge, Lloyd McClendon, and now Scott Service. All looking in that direction of the Angels and seeing the same face. Mike Scioscia also in his last year of his deal.
Yeah, this is Mike's final year of what, a 10-year deal that he inked as the Angels manager. It runs through the end of this 2018 season.
News today for the Angels, as Mike Scioscia told us here in the TV Open. Inflammation left elbow, Andrew Heaney. So he'll be out for a few days. An MRI precautionary showed no damage. And As Mike Socha said before the game, hopefully just a small setback for Andrew Heaney, who have been throwing the ball so well.
Well, D. Gordon just drew a walk, and now they're going to run for him over at first base. And it looks like Kirk Neuenhuis is going to be the pinch runner, former Angel. And now we're going to have a little meeting at the mound.
Look at the hustle there by Charles Nagy getting on the mound. See that? Oh, the sprint.
Well, here's the deal. You only have 30 seconds for the meeting, so the faster the pitching coach gets out there, the more words you can get in.
Hey, everybody comes in too. Get your words in now because they count. One thing about Nagy and getting back on the mound in 30 seconds, all that. We're talking about Cole Calhoun, Terry, and the way he plays the game. And earlier talked about Mike Trout, the way he ran the bases, but boy, how that last inning ended. Just absolutely a great example of how the game should be played.
Here's Heredia batting after the meeting wrapped up out there, and the first pitch to him, it's chased and missed for strike one.
Well, that I thought Calhoun was running faster, charging that ball than the runner going second to home. He made it happen.
Yeah. Good job by Maldonado to handle the throw and get the tag on the runner and the inning with the play at the plate. Here's the next pitch. That's high. Snap throw over to first base. Just diving back to the bag goes Neuenhuis, the pinch runner.
Neuenhuis himself, former Angel for a brief time. Former Brewer, former Met.
Angels have Greg Malley warming up in the bullpen. Counts 1 ball, 1 strike, and the next delivery that's waved at and missed. And the count goes to 1-2. We're in the 5th inning. Angels have had 5 hits, and so have the Mariners. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that's a swing and a miss. He got him, struck him out. And strikeout number 2 for Payne. He had one last inning, and now with 2 outs, the batter will be Haniger, who didn't have a whole lot of luck against Morales facing him. He struck out both times he batted.
You see what throwing a harder fastball, a firmer fastball does here for Haniger. Have to work really hard just to try to make contact against Morales. Haniger can spread the ball around, just a fluid, flat swing, gap to gap. Good power.
First pitch on its way. That one a little bit inside and misses for a ball.
Pretty solid all-around player.
He got off to a very quick start with Seattle last year. He hit 4 homers, drove in 13 runs in his first 13 games with them last year. Had some injury issues last season. Haniger played his college baseball at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Here's the next pitch, and that one is a pitch that is chased and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count.
Felix Pena trying to make a last push here last week of preseason to crack a bullpen spot.
He is on the Angels 40-man roster, but he still has an option available.
He does.
And last year we talked about it when he was with the Cubs. He was riding the shuttle between Des Moines and Chicago last year. 5 different call-ups last year to the Cubs. Here's the 1-2. That's low and outside.
Well, the way it looks right now for the Angels, of course, Middleton, Alvarez, Johnson, Parker are locks. Got to think somebody like Noah Ramirez, who was out of options, provides the Angels a whole lot and is very valuable for the Angels in that bullpen.
Here's the next pitch. That's tapped foul. Rolls outside the batter's circle.
Mike Scioscia clearly told us today there's a couple scenarios they're looking at. And flexibility in that roster, even with the bench spots. Jeffrey Marte out of options, provides the backup first base, third base. Valbuena is signed to a multi-year deal, and he's of course not going anywhere.
Here's the next pitch, the 2-2. That's chased and missed, and down on strikes for the third time tonight is Haniger, and that's how the inning went. Haniger's had a tough spring. Came into the game hitting under 200, so that'll do it. They leave a pair on, and we are moving to the bottom of the fifth. It's a 1-1 game, Angels and Mariners, on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. The pitch for a strike, 0-1 to count. Valbuena struck out his first time up, and here's the next pitch, and this is hit a mile high into very shallow left center field. Coming over is the left fielder, and he drops the ball. That one popped out of the glove over there, and hustling into second base ends up being Valbuena. So they have a new left fielder out there.
That's not the way you want to come into a game, especially night game, getting tested immediately, not used to the conditions. And it looks like Neuenhuis dropped that ball.
Yeah, he came into a pinch run and did not come away with the catch there. So that's an error all the way.
Valbuena was almost on his way back to the dugout.
And here is Simmons set to bat. So Heredia, and the next pitch, that one is chopped by the mound through into center field. Moving from second to third will be Valbuena on the second hit of the ball game for Andrelton Simmons. So he wasted little time, and the Angels have something up their sleeves here. And Martin Maldonado will be the next batter. Guillermo Heredia, who was in left field, moves over to play center because they lifted D. Gordon for a pinch runner in the top of the inning, and the pinch runner was Neuenhuis, and now he's the new left fielder, and he's the outfielder who made the error on ball hit by Valbuena.
So far so good for Christian Bergman's done a very fine job for a shaky first inning.
Here's the next pitch. That's lined into right field, and that is going to be an RBI base hit. Martin Maldonado didn't waste any time there. Singles the opposite way. Angels put a run on the board, regain the lead, and have runners at first and second. It's 2-1 Angels.
Needless to say, costly error already here. this inning for the Mariners. And the Angels now with a better idea as to how Bergman has been working in the first 4 innings. Good contact by the last 2 batters, Simmons and Maldonado.
So here's Kinsler, who's had an 0 for 2 night. He's hit the ball twice to the shortstop, Vinci. Once in the air, a liner. And the other time, his most recent at bat in the bottom of the 3rd on the ground. Angels now with 7 hits in the ball game. The run in this inning is unearned. Nobody out, 2 on. Pitch on Kinsler, low. It skipped off the glove of the catcher, and breaking for 3rd and getting there on what will be scored a wild pitch will be Andrelton Simmons.
Got to take another look at this one.
Yeah, I thought it was a pass ball, but
from up here it looked like a pass ball.
Yep. They've scored it right now, wild pitch.
Nonetheless, great read by Andrelton Simmons, always looking to gain an edge somewhere.
So fly ball deep enough to the outfield means another run. Angels looking to add on now. Trout's waiting on deck, and the next pitch on Kinsler. He takes, and that one is low, 2-0. Yeah, they are going to change the call from wild pitch to pass ball.
That's the right thing.
Yeah. Here's the next delivery in there for a called strike. 2-1.
Last season, the regular season against the Angels, Bergman threw a couple of games in relief, 5 innings, pretty solid, only 2 hits. Did not allow a run to the Angels.
This one chased and missed. 2-2 the count.
Use the Irvine product. St. Francis High School in La Cañada.
Tomorrow, the Angels and the Diamondbacks right here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Parker Bridwell against Robbie Ray.
It's pretty good attendance here tonight, by the way. Night baseball, beautiful evening here in Tempe. We were talking about the planes. Here they come. Landing to the west.
Yep.
It's one of the best things about night baseball here.
Yep, we see the final approach.
See the lights.
Come
Sky
in
Harbor.
from beyond center field. Next pitch on Kinsler on a 2-2. That one misses, and now it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There is action for Seattle in their bullpen, and you kind of wonder how much longer Bergman will go. He's at 77 pitches now in this game. This is his first start for them this spring. And the next delivery, and this is lifted in the air into left field. Coming over is Neuenhuis. He'll make the catch, and tagging is Simmons, and he will easily come in to score as Kinsler gets the job done. A sac fly, and the Angels have a 3-1 lead.
Angels capitalizing on the error, 2-base error by Neuenhuis, a pass ball. Now a good situational hitting here by Ian Kinsler. The guy will find a way, find an edge to go out there and put it to the opponent.
Well, we were wondering how much longer Bergman would go, and now we know they're going to make a pitching change. Break in the action, we get back. Angels still batting in the 5th, leading 3-1 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Pitcher for the Mariners is Chasen Bradford. And he is a right-hander, and the first batter he will be facing will be Mike Trout. Everyone set. Here's the first pitch. It's right in there for a called strike. Bradford was with the Mets last season, and he was claimed off waivers by Seattle from the Mets back in January. Ground ball pitcher. 28 games last year for the Mets, and the pitch, and that one is hit on a hop out of the reach of the shortstop Vincey, and that's going to be a base hit for Mike Trout. So Maldonado moves up to second. Trout is on. Justin Upton will be the next batter. 2-hit night for Mike Trout.
On base machine. Getting it done again for his teammates. Anytime you bring that subject of RBIs for Albert Pujols, he goes, well, it's because of the guys in front of me. And now he's got a few guys in front of him that could provide even heftier numbers for Albert with opportunities when men in scoring position. And here's one of them.
Upton gets set for his third at bat tonight. He's had an RBI double so far, and here's the pitch. That one a little bit inside from Bradford. 1 ball, no strikes. Bradford's spring, and this is his 8th appearance. ERA is 3.38, 8 innings of work. Shakes off the sign of the catcher Margema. Now the right-hander about ready to come in, and here's the next pitch, and that's low and in, ball 2, 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Hit high in the air into shallow left field. The shortstop goes back, and that is Vincey to make the catch in front of Neuenhuis. So a pop out to the shortstop in shallow left field is out number 2, and here's Albert Pujols, the 7th batter up in the inning. Albert has a pair of singles. Pujols now 38 years old. Bradford's first delivery on Albert. That's way low. Good stop by the catcher on that one.
I'm quite happy to have the ability, flexibility, and the health to be playing more first base, which is his goal. Played over 100 games at first base this season.
Albert's last at bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Last inning, he led that inning off. That was a 10-pitch at bat, and he ended up getting a single, ball that bounced right up the first base side. It went the opposite way after he had fouled off about a handful of pitches on the left side. He kept pulling the ball foul.
In the big leagues, only 2 players last season had more plate appearances with runners in scoring position than Albert Pujols. And the player that led the major leagues in that department, Terry, Paul Goldschmidt, 205 plate appearances with runners in scoring position, followed by Edwin Encarnacion, 196 appearances, and then Albert Pujols, 195, that led to 101 RBI.
Here's another hit for Albert, a single into left center field. Being waved home is Maldonado, and he will score. A 3-hit night for Albert, 3 singles. An RBI with the 3rd one here in this inning, and the Angels lead grows. It's now 4-1.
There it is again, middle of the field. Got things squared up after being a little pull happy, hammering a cue ball to the right side for a base hit. Gets himself back into label mode and using the middle of the field a little bit, letting that fastball, which is good, leading with that knob. Third appearance, RBI, and the machine continues to get it done.
Albert will be lifted for a pinch runner. Bo Way has come in to run. He's over there at first base. So Albert tonight 3 for 3 with a run batted in. Angels up 4-1. That run which just scored goes against Bergman. Now Calhoun at the plate. 0 for 2 night for the Angels right fielder. Hit would mean another run, and the first pitch, that one is taken, and that pitch in there for a strike.
56 at first and 56 at the plate, Terry. Write it down. We got away from the nines, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, the nines were wild there for a few games.
The nines made national headlines.
Yes, they did. We had 3 of them in the game at the same time. And the pitch, and boy, Cole Calhoun took a wicked swing at that one. Landed on his knee chasing that pitch. It's 0-2.
Little Adrian Beltre there by Cole Calhoun. And in fact, little Anderson Simmons, who will do that once in a while.
Eighth batter up in the inning. Angels have had 4 hits, all singles in the inning, and have scored 3 runs in the inning. Here's the next pitch. That's grounded on the right side, out of the reach of Beckham, and that's another single and a run batted in. The Angels will have runners now, and second and third is hustling up the second on the throw to third base was the batter Cole Calhoun. It's now a 5-1 Angels lead.
It's one of those games where we should have just an isolated camera on Cole Calhoun and the way he's played the game here tonight, which is, of course, something that captivates all of us on a daily basis. And it's not all about the results. It's about what he puts into every single time out with that uniform on. Got the base hit, watched the flight of the throw, and hustling into second base without taking any base for granted by Rojo.
Angels' 10th hit of the night, and half of them have come in this inning, and the inning still is alive as Cozart bats. A hit could mean 2 more runs. It's 5-1 Angels here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the next pitch, and that's low and away on the Angels' third baseman. Jason Bradford has come in, and he has faced 4 batters, and he's given up hits to 3 of them.
Kind of like the Angels base running all the way around, starting with Mike Trout in the first inning. The RBI double by Justin Upton.
Here's the pitch, and that's on the outside corner, a called strike. 1-1 to count. No action for Seattle in their bullpen. The next delivery, that's lined into left field. That's going to fall in for another hit. 1 run scores, another being waved home. 2 more are in. Hustling up to second base with the 2-run hit is Cozart, and the Angels are busting this thing wide open. It's now 7-1.
Pretty much everybody doing their job. Line drive singles, getting themselves some good counts, taking advantage of mistakes out over the plate, and making a nice quick adjustment here against Jason Bradford, who just came into the game. So Calhoun, I think, Terry, he's had a full day. Take it on in.
Yep, you would think we've seen Cole Calhoun for the final time tonight, and some of the other regulars in all likelihood.
Zach Cozart himself, like many other Angels in front of him, watching the flight of the ball. Every single one of those throws has been read very nicely by the Angels runners on the trail side.
Well, the Angels have batted around here in inning number 5, and it's still alive. Six-run inning. Here's Valbuena batting. Second time in the inning. He reached on the error on the ball that Neuenhuis failed to catch.
7 hits, 4 runs, 1 was 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. And for Bergman, 1 earned run, not 2, 1 earned.
1 ball, no strikes to count on Luis Valbuena. Here's the next pitch. He takes that's on the outside part of the plate, called strike.
Luis Valbuena ended up with 22 home runs last season. 16 came after the All-Star break. Leading the Angels in that department after the All-Star break, Mike Trout with 17 home runs.
There's a pitch taken, and that one misses. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Valbuena happy to be on the field. At this point last year, he was nursing the hamstring issues that plagued him all the way through the first month of the season.
Christian Bergman, who was their starter, and he started this inning, he ended up giving up 7 hits, 4 runs, just 1 earned in 4 1/3 innings. He walked 1, struck out 3 tonight. And Bradford has really struggled taking over for him, and there is no action in their bullpen, so he's going to have to get the final out for Seattle against the Angels, and he's having a lot of trouble doing it. He's 5 batters, 4 of them have had hits, including the last 3 in a row getting 2 out hits. So it's a 3-1 count here on Valbuena, and the next delivery, and that is nowhere close. He just walked him.
Bat flip. See that?
He got the walk, and
he is in true form.
Yeah. Here's Simmons getting ready to bat. He's already singled and scored a run in this inning. 4 straight batters getting on safely with 2 outs in the inning against Bradford. So here's Simmons batting, and the first one is low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
Simba's getting his timing down. Has not played a whole lot, but certainly making the most out of the many at bats that Mike Scioscia has bunched up here for the last 5 days or so for him. Had him leading off a few days back as a designated hitter.
1-0 delivery. That's a called strike on the outside corner. The Seattle reliever came into this game having a pretty good spring, but he's not having a good night tonight.
Yeah, Bradford has not been able to put his fastball, especially low in the zone, in good spots and get some counts in his favor.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is tipped foul over by the Mariners on deck circle. Rest of the schedule here for the Angels in Arizona tomorrow, right back here for the day game against the D-backs. Then on Wednesday, the Angels are off. Angels will go on the road to take on the Dodgers in Arizona on Thursday. And then the final 2 games, Friday and Saturday, will be here, day games for the Angels, taking on Oakland and Arizona. That game against the Dodgers on Thursday will be a night game. That one will start at 7:05 on Thursday night.
Terry just getting you used to that schedule.
Yep. And then the Angels this coming Sunday at the Big A to take on the Dodgers. It'll be a night game. Two-strike count here on Simmons, and he pops one just out of the reach of Beckham. That's going to fall in for a bloop RBI single. Wow. A little check swing. He was fooled on that pitch and gets a hit on it, and the Angels now lead it 8-1.
Jason Bradford's going, wait a minute, what is it that I have to do? Anything near the plate, the Angels have found a way to put the thickest part of that barrel on it. With some luck, most of them are finding holes. Look at Simba smiling over there for a reason. Great plate coverage.
7-run inning, and it still is going on. Here's Maldonado batting for the second time in the inning. Maldonado's had a 1-for-2 ball game. Manfred is set, ready to come in, and here's the pitch. This is bounced to him. It pops off his glove. He picks it up and he fires over to first, and the inning is over. But not before the Angels put a 7 spot on the board here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and we head to the 6th. 8-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Sixth inning, the only change for the Angels, Cam Bedrosian will take over on the mound, so he will replace Felix Pena. And Pena ended up working an inning and 2/3 tonight. He gave up 3 hits and a run, and along the way, looks like he walked 1, and he also struck out 3. So Cam Bedrosian is the new pitcher for the Angels. So we are ready to go here, and the first batter is Vogelbach, and he takes that one for a strike. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. Oh, 1 pitch in there for a called strike, so it's 0-2 on Vogelbach. Angels having one of their best innings this spring. 7 spot in the 5th inning tonight, and big lead right now, 8-1.
Good to see them compliment the nice outing by Morales on the mound today, setting the tone, giving the offense a chance to get some runs on the board. A pretty decent job too, also Terry, by Seattle starter Christian Bergman, victim of some misplays out there on the field.
Yep.
Only 1 earned run for him.
This one lifted in the air, hit pretty well into left field, but heading towards the line and running it down is Justin Upton. Vogelbach is retired. That's 1 away here in the 6th. Taylor Motter will be the next batter.
Were you asking me about left fielders for the Angels since GA?
Well, I mentioned it's nice having Upton out there now, because the left field position had been one of concern for a number of seasons running.
We found it. Last opening day start for Garrett Anderson was in 2008 at Minnesota. Do you remember the starter for the Twins that night? And it was in the Dome.
The starting pitcher?
Yes. He actually relates to the Angels 2002 World Series. He started that game for Minnesota. In fact, let me tell you,
Yeah.
there was snow on the ground.
I'm drawing a blank right now.
How about
Jose.
one Levon Hernandez?
Levon Hernandez.
That's right.
He was with Minnesota.
That's right.
Wow.
Opening day 2008.
Yeah, can't. I remember him well, but not as a Twin, but I'll take your word for it.
And he did a very fine job that March 31st opening night in Minneapolis. So that was 08, GA in left field. Since then 2009, somebody you really liked here. His name's Juan Rivera.
Yeah, that's right.
Opening night in 09 and in 2010, Juan Rivera.
There's a 1-2 pitch that Mater takes, and Bedrosian gets him looking. So 2 quick outs here, and the batter will be Mike Ford.
Opening day starter for the Angels in left field in 2011 and 2012. Vernon Wells.
That's right, Vernon Wells. Yep.
This one might surprise you a little bit more, though. 2013 opening day for the Angels. Left fielder. Juan Mark Trumbo.
Wow.
Shocker?
Yeah.
Yep, it is, huh?
Yeah, then the Angels, remember there was a brief time they tried him at third base.
That's right.
Because the third base spot has been one of concern for the Angels.
So we're down to Trumbo in 2013.
Well, I know after Trumbo, that was Josh Hamilton for what, a couple seasons.
2 years.
Yeah.
Two opening days.
Yeah.
2016, Daniel Nava. In 2017, new Marlin, Cameron Maven. World champion, by the way, Cameron Maven with the Houston Astros.
There's a pitch that misses on Ford. It's 2 balls and a strike.
He's also called Free Tacos, Cameron Maven, because of stolen base.
Oh yeah, that's right, in the World Series.
right.
That's right. Taco Bell had that promotion.
Free Taco, Cameron Maven. So there's your list since GA made his last opening day start for the Angels.
And the thing about it was, a couple of those guys, you thought they were going to cure the ills in left field. You certainly thought Vernon Wells was going to do it.
Yep.
Didn't happen. You certainly thought that Josh Hamilton would be the answer. That didn't happen. And now the Angels look to be in good shape with Justin Upton out there. But all those different starting opening day left fielders since Garrett Anderson left the Angels. Pitch chopped foul on the right side by Ford. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
How about this little trivia for you? I know you're good at it. Last Angels center fielder opening day before Mike Trout took over. And it happened in Trout's first full season.
Well, I'm going to say Borges.
That was it.
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
starter in center field for the Angels before Trouty.
All right, let me stop with a correct answer, Jose. Here's the pitch, and that one is lifted high, and it's hit deep into right field, and that one is gone. Mike Ford on a 2-2 pitch has hit a home run, his second one this spring. And that kind of came out of nowhere. Bedrosian had retired the first 2 batters quickly and easily, but a solo shot here, and now it'll bring up Marchima.
Well, certainly Mike Ford needed this. Came into the game hitting only 196, playing already his 22nd game, and he found something that just did not spin enough. Stayed upstairs, and just like Vogelbach, he goes deep to right field.
That's been the only way the Mariners have scored tonight, a pair of solo homers. Batter now is Marchima. He pops one into shallow left center field. Simmons is backpedaling. The Angels shortstop will make the catch on that one, and the inning is over. The Mariners get a run. They had the one hit, the homer by Ford, and we get ready to move to the bottom of the 6th. The Angels have a comfortable 8-2 lead here on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Well, the Angels are going to bring up a pinch hitter. And the first batter for the Angels will be Jeffrey Marte. So we'll probably begin to see a lot of pinch hitters here in this inning. Mike Trout is scheduled to bat, and I don't see him waiting on deck either. So there's a new pitcher for Seattle. Dan Altavilla is his name. We've seen him in the past. He was in 41 games last year. This guy throws hard. We've seen him clocked at 101 miles per hour in the past.
He can bring it. Those thick trunks push off and drive home.
1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Jeffrey Marte, the batter, so he's hitting out of Ian Kinsler's spot, and Kinsler ended up going 0 for 2 with a run batted in. Mike Trout's night appears to be over as well, and Trout was 2 for 3 tonight with 2 runs scored. Pitch in there on Marte. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Jeffrey. Marte's had a good spring for the Angels. How good? He's hitting .455.
He's got a good chance of sticking around and making the opening day roster.
There's one he chases and misses, and he is down on strikes. That was a good slider right there.
Well, he brought the velocity, but certainly he also brought the nice breaker, warming up between innings. You can see how much he was stressing with Marjama to set out off the plate to give him a better target, which he followed there beautifully against Marte.
Nolan Fontana is the pinch hitter for Trout. And here's the first pitch on him as he swings from the left side. He is strictly a left-handed batter. He's now a switch hitter, and the first pitch a ball to count 1 ball, no strikes.
He missed a lot of time over a couple of weeks with that right shoulder inflammation.
Yeah, that went back to February, first month of spring training. 2-0 the count. Fontana has had only 9 at-bats this spring with 2 hits. Counts 3 balls, no strikes. We see David Fletcher waiting on deck, so he will be batting for Upton. Justin Upton had a 1 for 3 night with a run batted in. There's a pitch in there for a strike. So we will see a lot of changes for the Angels defensively when we get to the top of the 7th inning. Here's the 3-1, and that is ball 4, nowhere close. A fastball way outside. 1 out walk.
Well, as many people ask and wonder, today Shohei Ohtani was down hitting against Tyler Skaggs, who threw 6 innings, 88 pitches. And Ohtani getting his ABs today in the backfields this afternoon. Mike Socha says he saw some progress from Shohei in the batter's box, and he should be on the mound again Saturday. Has not been decided which game, Cactus League or a controllable situation down in the minor leagues for Shohei. Mariners also today saw Felix Hernandez on the mound. He threw the ball very well. Ichiro Suzuki, we were just informed, was also on the field, and he had about 11 plate appearances. It's been limited with a calf issue.
There's a pitch Fletcher takes on the outside corner. That evens up the count on him. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It looks, Terry, like for the Mariners, Gordon, Haniger, Heredia, and Ichiro are the guys they're rounding up that roster in the outfield. Of course, Nelson Cruz is their full-time designated hitter.
There's Fletcher taking another pitch, and that one is in there, and the count goes to 1-2 on David Fletcher. .333 batting average this spring.
For the Mariners, already heading to the disabled list, Erasmo Ramirez, starting pitcher, Hisashi Iwakuma, starting pitcher, and Ben Gamel, outfielder.
Here's the next delivery. It's hit on a high hop to the shortstop. Second for one, no relay. So that'll be the second out in the inning. A fielder's choice. 6-4, getting Fontana running to second base. And now Chris Young is going to be batting. This would have been Albert's spot. The Angels brought in the pinch runner Bo Wave for him last inning. And we also see Eric Young Jr. waiting on deck. So if the inning continues, he would bat for Cole Calhoun. Calhoun went 1 for 3 with an RBI tonight. And the first pitch on Chris Young, he takes it for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Chris Young so far has had 6 at-bats with 1 hit this spring. He had been sidelined going back to the first couple days of workouts before the Cactus League ever began.
Actually, the first day he took the field during warm-ups, came up with a calf issue. Late signee by the Angels only a couple days before the position players reported he was on a major league contract. 12-year veteran and former All-Star Chris Young.
Chris Young, a player who earlier in his career 4 different times had 2020 seasons.
He burst into the scene with the D-backs.
He was with the Red Sox last year, a reserve outfielder at Boston. Here's the 2-0, and this is hit a mile high, not too far away from the pitcher's mound. Coming over is the third baseman, and the ball pops out of the glove of Motter. Boy, the Mariners have had a couple like that tonight. The one by Neuenhuis, which was last inning, and now this one by Motter. And boy, that's not too good right there.
Mariners came into this game having committed 27 errors in 25 games. He was a little way too casual. No sun to deal with here in Arizona. This is starting time.
Nope. So here's Eric Young Jr. He will end up getting an at bat here in this inning. He's batting for Cole Calhoun. And we see Reimer Liriano waiting on deck. He would bat next if the inning continues with 2 outs. The pitch, that's low and inside on EY Jr. Eric Young Jr. hitting right at 300 this spring for the Angels. 12 hits, 40 times up. Here's the pitch, and that's inside. 8-2, Angels leading, batting here in the bottom of the 6th. This game got busted open last inning when the Angels sent 12 batters to the plate. They had 7 hits. Every hit was a single, and the Angels had 7 runs in the inning. Here's the pitch. That's on the outside corner. That's a called strike, 2-1.
Eric Young Jr. Bit of a slow start here in camp, and before you know it, he turned it on. Line drives everywhere, ground balls, beating out infield singles. Always been a terrific base runner and base stealer, and fighting for a spot out of the Angels bench, and he is here on a minor league contract.
Next delivery, and he thought about chasing that one, didn't, and the pitch is called a strike by Pat Hoberg, the home plate umpire. 2-2.
So another player really maximizing his opportunities on a minor league deal is Chris Carter. Big Chris Carter has done a very fine job with the Angels with a bat and playing a pretty respectable first base.
Yeah, he has. 2-2, and that is cut on and missed. A fastball thrown past Eric Young Jr., and that's how the inning went. A couple strikeouts in the inning for Dan Altavilla, and that'll do it here. The Angels will end up leaving a couple runners on base. We are headed to the 7th. 8-2 Halos on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. The Angels have made wholesale changes, and we will fill you in just a moment. There's a new pitcher for the Angels, and now on the hill is Blake Parker. So Cam Bedrosian worked the top of the 6th, retired 3 out of 4, but did give up a solo homer. And now Blake Parker is the new pitcher for the Angels as he faces Beckham, and the first pitch, a ball, to count 1 ball, no strikes. Around the infield, a whole new look for the Angels. At first base is Jeffrey Marte. At second base, David Fletcher. At third base, Sherman Johnson. And at shortstop, Nolan Fontana. There's a pitch that misses for ball 2, 2-0. And in the outfield, a new look with Eric Young Jr. in left, Reimer Liriano in center, and Brennan Lund up from minor league camp. He is in right.
Here's somebody on the mound that really needs a quick pickup and a confidence booster of an outing in Blake Parker.
Pitch was fouled back behind the plate, so it's a 2-1 count.
Parker comes in to his 7th game here in the spring, and he's got an 0-2 record, 17.47 ERA, and he has allowed 15 hits in 5 2/3 innings. A key piece for the Angels in the back end of that bullpen.
There's one fouled back behind the plate. And Blake Parker was so good and so valuable last season in an Angel uniform, and you're certainly hoping you're going to get similar results out of him this year. You're banking on it, really.
He got so rough that the beard is gone. He said that was the reason why. After giving up 5 runs, beard, see ya.
Next delivery, that one is chased, and down on strikes goes Beckham, and that is out number 1, a strikeout for Blake Parker. Want to remind Angel fans to get your red on. Experience Angels baseball according to your schedule. Choose the games you want with the 20-game flex plan. Just call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/ticket plans. So here's Vincey, who's been their shortstop tonight, and the first pitch taken for strike 1. Angels pitching has been solid so far tonight. Right-hander against right-hander. Next pitch, and that's a one-hopper stopped by Fletcher. His throw to first is in time. And that one was headed out to David Fletcher. You kind of wondered if it would be caught in the air, a low line drive, or if it would be on a hop, and it turned out to be a play that he made on one hop.
It could be a little tricky, especially when it comes off the end of the bat, and you might be fooled by the swing speed and perhaps thinking the ball's hit a little bit harder, but he did a good job knocking it down, staying with it, and barehanding before throwing out at first base. Fletcher really has maximized every single ball hit to him, every time he's been on base, every inning he has played. Does it the right way.
At the plate now is Neuenhuis, and this is his first at bat. He came in as a pinch runner for D. Gordon back in the top of the 5th. We have 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Angels up 8-2. Here's the next delivery. It's lifted in the air. It's hit pretty well into left field, going back out at the wall, and watching that one leave is Eric Young Jr. So Neuenhuis hits a home run, and that comes out of nowhere, and that's kind of been the way their offense has gone here tonight. Their 3rd solo homer of the night. It's 8-3 Angels.
And after 2 fairly easy outs for Blake Parker, 1 pitch out over the plate, and that did it. And a beautiful swing there by Kirk Neuenhuis. Well, committed the error in left field that cost his team a few runs, and that's a nice way to repay, sending it out to the berm for a youngster who's happy to have a baseball out there.
First home run this spring for Neuenhuis, and there's a shot right up the middle by Heredia. It'll roll on out to Reimer Liriano, and that's going to be a 2-out single, and the inning continues. Haniger will be the next batter. Mitch Haniger's had a tough night, 3 at-bats, and he has been a strikeout victim all 3 times up. Home run allowed by Blake Parker, the second one he's given up this spring. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1, and a little low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Sure, we figure to see Parker, Johnson, Middleton, perhaps even Alvarez getting some opportunities in high leverage situations to begin the season until someone emerges as the go-to guy in the 9th inning, like it happened last year with Bud Norris. And who would have thought it was going to be Bud Norris?
There's a good off-speed pitch that is chased and missed.
Parker was the guy, go-to guy at the very end of the season, and a well-earned opportunity and save opportunities there for him. And perhaps the leading horse coming into spring training, but he's had a rough one.
See if he gives Haniger another splitter. There's one that's lifted in the air to right field, backpedaling hard and making a nice running catch out there is Brennan Lund, and that is how the inning will end. That ball was had it hailing away from the young Angels right fielder, but he makes the grab. The inning is over. They get a run. They had 2 hits. They leave a runner on. 7th inning stretch time is coming up. Angels lead at 8-3 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Well, as the Angels get ready to bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning, we have a number of moves for the Mariners, and they've juggled up their outfield. They also have a new pitcher on the mound. Mark Zepchinski will take over. The lefty delivers, and the first pitch, that one on Reimer Liriano, who's batting for the first time in this ball game, and he takes it for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Liriano is hitting out a Cozart spot, and Zach Cozart, as this one is chopped right to the first baseman. The stop made as Vogelback is still there. He flips to Zepchinski, the pitcher, and he races to the bag. They get the out. There's one away. Sherman Johnson will be the hitter. As Johnson digs in, he is hitting out of Valbuena's spot, and Luis Valbuena was 0 for 2 tonight. Pitch on Sherman Johnson, he takes, and that's in there, strike one.
Sure, are you all clear on who you're tossing it for the interview after the game today?
I heard a rumor it could be Alfredo Griffin, and the
Men in Black.
and the interviewer will be Mark Gubasov.
He is here.
Is
The Eagle has landed again.
Is Alfredo going to be the guest, though?
We're
efforting
hey,
that.
my department is a little different tonight, so talk to your Philly counterpart.
Talk to the person who will be conducting the interview. I got it. All right. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Because with Gooby, you just never know.
Well,
Might be a surprise or two.
I've been talking to Mark Gubasov ever since we were children, so that will not be difficult for me to address him on that topic.
I like the way you said it. I've been talking to him.
Or with him.
Let her
Here's the next pitch, and that one is fouled off over by the Angels on deck circle. So let's update some of the paperwork here. We have Kirk Neuenhuis now in right field. He was playing left, and Haniger has left the ball game. The new left fielder is Chuck Taylor. There's one that's fouled back behind the plate.
nice.
They also have a new shortstop in the ball game, and that is Donovan Walton. And there is a new second baseman in the game. That is Joseph Rosa. Mentioned Zepchinski is pitching for them. And the pitch, and that one is outside. You remember Zepchinski's nickname, don't you, Jose?
I think it starts with an E.
An E? His nickname is Scrabble.
I thought it was eye chart.
And here's the pitch, and that one is cut on and missed, and Sherman Johnson is retired, and that'll be out number 2. Mark Zepchinski, last name is spelled RZEPCZYNSKI, pronounced Zepchinski. There are not too many people other than Mark Zepchinski that I'm aware of that have the letter Z in their last name, their surname 2 times. But he does.
It starts with an R.
Right.
Z.
And he's a SoCal native, went to Servite High School in Anaheim and UC Riverside.
Proven big leaguer.
Yep.
Very efficient pitcher.
A lot of letters and unusual letters in that last name. Some Z's and a Y. There's a pitch in there, and the name begins with an R, but the R is silent.
You don't know it's there.
That's right. Brennan Lund is the batter for the Angels with 2 outs. And he is in the hole against Mark Zepchinski. 0-2. Lund was a .300 hitter last year in the Angels system. And we've seen him a little bit during spring training. He can run, good speed, solid outfielder.
Puts the ball in play and just hustles. Chokes up on that bat, slaps the ball around.
He's yet to get a hit this spring for the Angels, 0 for 8. And he's not going to get one there. He takes that 1-2 pitch and he's out looking. So that's how the inning will end. Quiet inning for the Angels here in the 7th. The 8th is coming right up. And 8-3 Angels on top here in Tempe on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. A new battery. Noe Ramirez, the new pitcher. Juan Gratterall, the new catcher. So Blake Parker worked 1 inning, the 7th. He allowed 2 hits, a run. It was earned. He gave up a home run. He also had 1 strikeout. So Ramirez is pitcher number 5 of the night for the Angels.
Warming the Seattle bullpen is number 76. You heard the minion.
At the plate is Vogelback. And it looks like they're going to have a pinch hitter for Taylor Motter, young player up from their minor league camp. Danny Muno is waiting on deck. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count on Vogelback, who has gone 1 for 3 with a homer.
He's continued his torrid spring. Vogelback now 5 home runs, 11 RBI here in the Cactus League, and came in hitting .415 with an .854 slugging percentage. This man wants a spot. He has earned a spot the way he's played. Let's see what happens at the very end, knowing that they have a full-time designated hitter in Nelson Cruz and Ryan Healy, who pronounced himself ready to go for opening day. Recently made his debut here in the Cactus League, but he says he'll be ready.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is fouled back. Talking about guys who had appeared to have made their case this spring. One of them was sent down today in the Grapefruit League, and that is that very good, young, talented outfielder for the Atlanta Braves, Ronald Acuna.
Well,
and what a spring he had.
Well, that's just the business of the game.
Yep.
So there's a April date that everyone should remember when he should be back in the big leagues.
Here's a ball lined into right field, and Brennan Lund is there to make the catch on that one. He's had a couple of putouts. The attendance here tonight, 7,613, 76-13. Very nice crowd for Monday Night Baseball.
Terry, the business of baseball. Ronald Acuna. Nobody was better and got the attention of so many people in the Grapefruit League, but he'll be back soon. Just ask one Chris Bryant what happened with him a few years back.
Yep, similar situation. Kind of slows down the free agency clock, doesn't it?
Oh yes, 1 more year under team control.
1 ball, no strikes to count on the left-handed hitting Muno, who's pinch hitting here for Motter. And the count on him is even. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch, and that's a little bit low. We'll check things out for you in a moment on the Ram out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by the Ram 1500 Ram Truck Month. Hurry in for a great deal or visit ramtrucks.com to check out the powerful Ram lineup. Here's the next pitch. Chopped on the first base side, and boy, that ball took a wicked hop. It's a fair ball. It's going to roll down the right side. Munoz can run, and he is headed for third base, and he will get there standing up. Boy, what a bad hop that ball took over there. As Marte, who was playing first base, had no chance on a ball when it left the bat. It looked like it might roll right to him. So that is going to be a triple.
For Noe Ramirez, he knows he made the pitch he needed to make to get the ground ball, get the out. And for Marte, there's absolutely nothing you can do. See a lot of those hops here in the Cactus League, especially when it gets hot in those day games.
That might have been the worst hop we've seen all spring.
I am right there with you.
Yeah.
You're glad when a hop like that just doesn't find your lips.
Yeah. Jack Larson is the batter now. He's pinch hitting for Mike Ford. Ford homered a couple of innings ago and also had a double tonight. He had a pretty tough go for Seattle this spring, but a good night tonight for him. 2 for 3 with home run batted in. No balls and 1 strike to count. 8-3 Angels here in the 8th inning, and the next pitch, that one is in there. So in the Cactus League earlier, the Indians beat the Giants 5-4. White Sox over the D-backs 15-2. Night games going on along with our game. Rockies shutting out Texas 5-0. That's in the 8th. Cubs are leading the Reds 5-3. That's in the 7th. And the Dodgers and the A's are playing under the lights, and that game is scoreless in the 6th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. In Florida today, everything played earlier. Red Sox beat the Phillies 6-5. Orioles over the Tigers 4-2. Braves shut out the Blue Jays 6-0. Astros over the Mets shut them out 2-0 as Larson takes that 1-2 pitch for a called 3rd strike. He's out looking, and 2 are gone. And the other action in Florida today, Pirates over the Twins 11-8. Marlins beat the Nationals 9-1, and the Rays doubled up the Yankees 4-2. Here is Mike Margema. He's gone all the way behind the plate for them. He's had a 2-hit night, 2 for 3. Right-handed batter, takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Angels will next face Seattle on May the 4th in Seattle. And that'll be a 3-game series at Safeco Field. We always like our visits to Safeco Field.
Have to. This is the little Safeco Field temperatures right now. Very cool out here in Arizona.
Yeah. We got started tonight 72, but the temperature has dipped.
Great city, great people, outstanding ballpark.
Pitch was missed. The count's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good seafood. Good chowders. Come on, keep going.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I'm just listening to you. You're making me hungry right now.
Grasshoppers, they make the cut too.
That's right. They sell those at the ballpark. The fried grasshoppers. That's right.
Tasted pretty good, actually.
You tried them?
Yes, I did.
No.
Thanks to Edgar Martinez. A little chili on them.
I don't even want a scouting report on how the grasshoppers tasted.
Buttery.
Wow.
Crunchy.
I thought you were going to say they tasted like chicken. That's what.
Yeah, everybody says
that's
no.
Right. Yeah.
No, it didn't.
Here's the 2-2, and that ball's lined into left field, and that's going to be an RBI hit, and it's going to be extra bases. Marcham has had a nice night trying to win the backup catching spot for them. His 3rd hit of the night. That's an RBI double, and now it's an 8-4 Angels lead here in the 8th inning.
See Marjama swing the bat. We're going back to watching some winter ball games, and I've been going back to last year when we saw him in September. And really puts a charge into the ball. It's got a nice lift on it, gets good backspin, stays inside the ball well. And it is a luxury to have a catcher that can go out there and spare your number 1 to Sonino and be able to be an offensive presence for you.
The Mariners got him from the Rays last August, and then he got into 5 games with Seattle last season. Near the end of the season, hit a home run. He played his college baseball at Long Beach State. At the plate now is Joseph Rosa, and he bats from the left side.
Long line of fine players, those dirt bags.
Rosa is hitting out a Gordon Beckham spot, and he replaced Beckham at second base as well. Beckham was 1 for 2 tonight. Here's the next pitch. That's a pitch in there for a called strike on the inside corner. As Noe Ramirez works for the Angels. This is his 9th appearance this spring. He came in with a 4.32 ERA. He has given up a earned run here in this inning.
Only the last couple of appearances he's been scored upon. He had a nice stretch there to begin with. And Noah is a guy that presents the Angels a very interesting case because he is out of options. And he was terrific when called up to the Angels after his arrival from Boston last season.
He was really good preventing inherited runners from scoring last year. Yeah. Here's a pitch that is taken on the inside part of the plate. That was a pitch that froze the young hitter. Rosa struck him out looking, and that's how the inning will end. They got a run. They had a pair of extra base hits, and they leave a runner in scoring position. The bottom of the 8th is coming up. Angels up by 4, 8-4 Halos on Seattle on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. As the Angels get ready to bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning, up 8-4, there's a new pitcher in the game for Seattle as they will use their 5th of the night, and his name is Joendy Himinian. Last year in the minors, ERA nearly 5.5, and the first pitch here, it is lifted into center field and caught out there by Heredia. That was Juan Gratterall batting.
Nice job for Gratterall scoring that one up. Big part of the field. Nicely barreled by Juan.
One thing about Gratterall, we don't see him a whole lot, and even when he was with the Angels, he was a backup catcher, didn't play a whole lot. But when he bats, he likes to go after that first pitch.
Yeah, he hacks, man. He hacks. And he's been making some very good contact here all throughout the spring.
Yeah, he does. Here's Marte at the plate, and Jeffrey takes that one for strike one.
Angels have 4 catchers on the 40-man roster that all could help a big league team somehow. All of them.
Yeah, I agree. And it's probably going to be, well, it's going to be Maldonado and very likely Rivera as the Angel catchers, and then you have Carlos Perez and Gratterall. And it will be interesting to see how that whole situation plays out here in the next week plus. There's one grounded foul by Marte. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Carlos Perez is out of options. Caught 8 innings yesterday. Quite interesting. 8 innings. Did a fine job. A couple of doubles. Finalist for the Gold Glove just 2 years ago was Carlos. And then Gratterall, a very respectable job as a backup last season.
It's a bouncing ball. It's hit too short. Walton is playing there, and he will throw out Marte, and that'll be out number 2. 6-3 on the ground out.
Nice job there by Walton. Short in stature, boy, but that ball really took off when he threw it. Nice zip and that arm.
Gratterall, who lined out to start the inning off, he still has an option left, so the Angels, if they want to send him down to the minors, they can, but they can't do that to Carlos Perez. I mean, they can try, but there's a pretty good chance that someone is going to claim him, put a claim in.
I've run into a couple of people that are closely following that situation.
So teams are scouting
As are the Angels,
Perez.
scouting other teams
Oh,
that
for sure.
have so many players that are also out of options.
Yep.
Waiver wire, players getting released. In fact, Ryan Hannigan is one of them. Heard about today.
Yep, got released.
Melvin Upton Jr.
Both released by the Indians today. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count on Nolan Fontana. He just chased a high one there and misses that pitch, and now the count is even 2-2. The bottom of the 8th inning being brought to you, as always, by our friends at Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana, the #1 Chevrolet dealer in California. Rotolo is pursuing excellence every day. Visit them at rotolo.com. And the next delivery on the 2-2 is fouled back in the air on the left side, out of play. We'll do it again. Angels batting here, bottom of the 8th inning, and leading Seattle 8-4. A minion ready on the next pitch, and that is low and inside.
He looks like a baby, like he's signed out of a high school field or tryout camp in Latin America.
Joendy Himinian. And the next pitch, and that is a called 3rd strike. And out looking is Fontana. And that's how the inning will end. So we head to the 9th. Angels 3 outs away from a win under the lights here. Monday Night Baseball at Tempe Diablo Stadium. We'll be back with inning number 9. We return on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. So we go to the 9th inning. The Angels are up 8-4, and the new pitcher is Justin Anderson. Anderson is back up from minor league camp. We've seen him work for the Angels on a few occasions this spring. This will be his 5th appearance. He has a win for the Angels this spring, and he has actually worked 5 scoreless innings this spring, allowing just 1 hit. So he faces Walton here, who will lead things off. Donovan Walton, left-handed batter, and the first pitch. That's right in there for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Want to remind you all season long, if we have a player crack his bat, broken bat, brought to you by Wonderful Pistachios. Look for Wonderful Pistachios at Angel Stadium in your local grocery store or pharmacy. Now let's get cracking. And there's a shot over the third base bag. It's going to roll down in the left field corner. Eric Young Jr. just there to retrieve it, and he will fire the ball back towards the left side of the infield. That is a leadoff double. So Walton, his first at bat tonight, doubles the opposite way. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves here on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. Terry Smith along with Jose Mota. Our producer engineer on the Angels Baseball Radio Network is Jorge Sevilla. And the pitch on Nieuwenhuis, that's in there for strike one. Nieuwenhuis has been up once since coming into the ballgame as a pinch runner back in the top of the 5th inning, and his one at bat he homered, and that was in the top of the 7th. He takes that pitch inside. And Nieuwenhuis questioning the home plate umpire. He thought it was inside, so did I, but apparently it was called a strike. So the count's 0-2. Infielders are spread apart. Outfield not too deep. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This is chopped on an easy hop to second, fielded by Fletcher. His only chance first base, and Nieuwenhuis is retired, and moving over to third from second base is Walton on that 4-3 ground out. So here's Heredia, who's played the whole game. He's moved around a little bit position-wise in the outfield. Started the game in left, now he's playing center. He has been up 4 times already tonight, 1 for 4. Jose Mota has headed downstairs, and Jose and Mark Gubisaw will have Angels live after things wrap up. Mark Gubisaw will be visiting with Alfredo Griffin, the Angels' first base coach, when the game is over. Here's the 1-0 on Heredia. He pops it in the air into shallow right field. Going back is the second baseman Fletcher. He'll make the catch, and he quickly turns around, ready to fire to the plate, but that runner at third base is holding. So one more out to go. Chuck Taylor will be the next batter, and this will be his first time up. He's hitting out a Haniger's spot. As Taylor gets ready to bat, he's had limited at-bats for Seattle this spring, but he's made the most of them. He's 4 for 8. Bats from the left side and takes the first pitch for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Chuck Taylor, regarded as one of the better outfield prospects in the Seattle organization. Switch hitter, batting left. Pitch on its way. That one is low to him. Last season he hit .274 in Double-A. Had 9 homers, 58 runs batted in. Anderson ready to come in with the next pitch, and that one is taken for ball 3. 3-0. Sometimes that final out here in these exhibition games in Arizona, it becomes challenging, and Anderson has missed on the first 3 with 2 outs here in this batter, and the next pitch, that is right in there. 3-1 the count. Inning started off with the double by Walton. He's at third. Angels up by 4 here in the 9th with 2 outs. Here's the next pitch. This is grounded right to short, handled there by Fontana. His throw is in time, and the ball game is over. So a good job by Justin Anderson. He prevents that runner from scoring, retires 3 of the 4. And the Angels come away with the victory here tonight, doubling up the Mariners by the final of 8-4. So with the victory, the Angels record here in Arizona goes to 11-15. And as far as the Mariners, they have 11 wins this spring. They have 14 losses, and they have played 1 tie. The Angels will have a quick turnaround time for the day game here tomorrow against the Diamondbacks. Parker Bridwell will face Robbie Ray in the ball game tomorrow, with first pitch right around 1:10 here from Tempe Diablo Stadium. And then Wednesday the Angels are off, and Angels and Dodgers on Thursday night. And then the final 2 in the Cactus League will be right here, Angels and A's on Friday afternoon, and Angels and Diamondbacks will play here on Saturday afternoon. Then we'll head back to Southern California for the Exhibition Freeway Series against the Dodgers. So in just a moment, Alfredo Griffin walking over to join Mark Ubisaw. And Mark, take it away.
Thank you, Terry. What an honor and a privilege here to have Alfredo Griffin. Alfredo, you have so many nice, real good defensive infielders to work with. How much fun are you having so far here in spring?
Well, I tell you what, man, I'm relaxing this year, man. I'm not worried about things. This is one of the best infielders that they put together in the years I've been here.
Now, Kozar making that transition between short and third. How's that transition been so far for him?
He's still working on it, but it's easy. Just you know, getting used to it. If he can pick it at short, he can pick it anywhere. So I'm fine with him. So far, he's been doing a good job. And you know, Simba and Kinsler, oh my God, you know, I have to worry. That's the less worry I have this year.
I was going to ask you about that cornerstone up there at the middle. You got Kinsler and Simmons. Do you see many better than that?
No, this is the best to get. I'm telling you, I'm really relaxed this year. That's a blessing for me this year. You know, all this year I've been fighting, and I know we have good infield in the past, but for me this is the best. You know, guys that know what they're doing. You don't have to worry about it. No, they just play and coach themselves.
So it's always a good thing when Alfredo is nice and relaxed, then, isn't it?
Thank you very much. That's it, baby.
All right, Terry, back to you. Alfredo is the man.
All right, Mark Ubisaw and Alfredo Griffin. Always a treat to have Alfredo join us here from Arizona. And, of course, he's been with Mike Scioscia all the time since day one when Mike Scioscia became the Angels manager. They're now in their 19th year as part of the Angels coaching staff. Well, the Angels come away with a victory tonight. Monday Night Baseball here from Tempe Diablo Stadium. 8-4 was the final. And we want to thank you for joining us here tonight. For those of you watching on Fox Sports West, Jose Mota and Mark Ubisaw will have a lot more post-game analysis coming up in just a few minutes on Angels Live. We'll have more on the radio side as well. Post-game coverage on our flagship station, Angels Radio AM 830. 8-4 Angels over the Mariners. Thanks for joining us on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.